Hello and welcome to my advice and how-to series. When we hear about education, we mainly think of schools, colleges, universities, probably evening schools, seminars and the like. But, ladies and gentlemen, there is another kind of education that exists above all those and which is basically gained through the best teacher one can have, life itself. We all know people who have got an excellent formal education but who fail completely in life and who are utterly miserable. On the other side, we find individuals, smart ones, who have very little school education, who are hugely successful and who live a fulfilled life of joy and happiness. What I want to show you today is a kind of individual who has a deep understanding of the world and how things really work. What in many cases is completely different from what school, society and the media want to make us believe. It is the sovereign individual who stands above all circumstances, who creates his own destiny and who has found his place in the universe. I speak of the well-educated person. So, if you're interested, stick with me and get to know the 7 signs that characterize such an outstanding individual. Okay, here we go. Let's begin with number 1. Sovereign, well-educated people have a well-thought-through theory about human nature. They do not accept pre-prepared answers, platitudes and superstition when it comes to the most important questions of life. And the question about what humans are and how they work is one of the most crucial questions to be answered in life at all. The business of humans is human beings, right? To get along with your fellow men and women requires the ability to persuade, to have influence on others, know how to negotiate, and the ability to put yourself into the mind of someone else and to see the world from their perspective. It also includes the ability to emotionally understand other people on a deeper level. Sources like history, politics, philosophy are crucial here and are way more enlightening than psychology, what most people are instinctively drawn to when it comes to answering such questions. Number 2. This is the ability to articulate yourself properly in written and spoken form. Professor Jordan Peterson emphasizes many times how important it is to be very good when it comes to language. A person that can observe the world, think for himself and articulate himself well is dangerous, is a beast, a monster to everyone who wants to manipulate others and play on the inability of others to come up with unique arguments in a given situation and topic. The mental world of human hugely exists in the realm of language, and for many what cannot be put into words has no existence at all, especially in the academic world. Therefore, read a lot, especially the classics of literature, to improve your knowledge of words and how to formulate more properly. Use every possibility to speak in front of other people, especially to groups. Learn to be a leader by volunteering whenever a job of leadership is required. Don't be afraid of failure. That's part of the learning process. The motto here is, failing is okay, giving up is not. Usually, it is not difficult to take advantage of such situations. For most people, rather follow others than to take the lead. So, stop being low profile. Stand out, be outstanding and unique. Number 3. This is the ability to think logically and clearly, as well as being able to make good decisions. As a well-educated person, you have to train yourself to find the truth about a given subject without needing the help of experts. I know that sounds very hard to do, even impossible in some cases, but believe me, it is not as hard as it sounds. Remember, experts make mistakes like everyone else. They are only humans and also only cook with water, as the saying goes in my country, Austria. As a layperson, you even have the big advantage that your mind is oftentimes less corrupted by prejudice, academic imperatives, and customs, and hidden agendas which much too often dominate the public debate. An independent person is neither a conformist nor a nonconformist by default, but can objectively look at a given topic and can decide accordingly to his own reason and sticks to it, no matter how much resistance may come from others and the world. Good, and here comes number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it is crucial that you have created your own code of conduct, your own standard by which you want to live your life. This code should reflect who you are and gives you a solid base to make all kinds of decisions in life without violating something which is important to you. To have such a standard, you need to know your priorities, what is important in life and what is worth living and, if necessary, fighting for. Like all systems of values of moral, it cannot be proven right or wrong, but it can be investigated. The outcomes can be investigated of such a code, and accordingly to that we can decide what makes sense and what does not. Don't fall for the idea that moral is relative. There are principles which are without any question for any decent and reasonable human being. Having this in mind, outside of that, there is no reason why anyone else should tell you how you should live your life. And here comes number 5. Well-educated and cultivated individuals take complete responsibility for their life. And I mean in all areas of life. They own their life, no matter what. There's hardly anything more immature and annoying than a person who is permanently complaining about life and how bad everything is. Playing the victim card excludes an adult person from being a part of the mature and respectable part of society. Of course, there are bad situations in life. There are people who get harmed and ripped off by others. There are all kinds of miseries happening, no question about it. But how we deal with those things is what counts, and not so much what objectively happens to us. As a mature person, you are the captain of your ship, the master of your destinies. So don't play the blaming game. You should not allow others to take the power away from you by buying into their story that the system is corrupted and that the world would be set up against you, leaving you having no chance at all. Those energy suckers, misanthropists, and naysayers should be removed from your life, and I mean drastically removed. Don't associate with those folks whenever and wherever you can. Their thoughts are toxic for your mind, and they will only steal your joy of life and chances for success. Now we are already at sign number 6. A well-educated individual has made his peace with existence, the universe, and God. He knows his place in the bigger picture and has gained a deeper understanding of things. This is the ability we usually call wisdom. Such a person has found an inner peace and source of energy and nurturing, which is relatively independent from life circumstances and what is going on in the world. The ups and downs of the world, the news of the media, the craziness of other people will not make them emotional, but will make them more compassionate for others. This parastoic attitude does not mean the person has become untouched or emotionally cold. The opposite is true. Love and compassion are that big that the wise one knows he wouldn't do any good to others if he would join in actions which are driven by emotions and have not their base in a deeper knowledge of how things really are and how they relate to one another. And here comes the last one, number 7. This is the capacity to be alone with yourself and focus on a subject for a long period of time. It was Winston Churchill who believed that all the human problems would come from the inability to be alone with yourself. And Andrew Carnegie, the big steel baron of the beginning of the 20th century, said that the reason for his success would be his ability to hold a thought for a long time in his mind. Those two outstanding characters of history were absolutely right. And what they have to say should also be a helpful advice for us. It is astonishing what creative ideas you can develop and how deep your understanding can become if you train the mental ability to focus on an idea in your mind. These are the 7 signs of a well-educated person. Developing them is not a sprint, but more of a marathon. But if you commit yourself to the task, you will be amazed about your progress. The people around you will certainly notice, and you will start attracting more quality people into your life, for quality recognizes itself in others. Of course, there's a price to be paid, like for all things worth achieving in life, but the tremendous benefits justify the investment in any case, for sure. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up so that the algorithm can find it more easily and it can help many other people's too. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell at the bottom. And most of all, take care of yourself and your loved ones, and always remember, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Until next time, see you!